Well, good morning. It is Sunday, November the 21st of 2021. Well, I hope you had a great week last week and are off to another good start today. Well, obviously Thursday is Thanksgiving here in the United States, and I've been thinking quite a bit about that, and I just want to take a few minutes to say thank you to some people that have been in my life. So if you will indulge me that for a few minutes, I would appreciate it. First of all, my parents, who from a very early age instilled in me a love for the Lord. I was born on a Sunday morning. I don't think I was in church that Sunday, but probably was within a week or two. Um, and they took me to church ever since then. And so I appreciate what they have done for me in instilling me a love for the Lord. There are lots of other groups, but I'm just going to mention two more. Well, actually three. Patty Scott. 7 or 8 years ago, when I was looking for a place to go to church, I was at Franklin Road, and Patty Scott came up and introduced herself to me, and I introduced myself to her, and she asked me what I was doing, and I told her, and she asked me if had visited Southeastern, and I told her no, I had never even heard of Southeastern Church of Christ, and she said, well, they have a pit stop, and that's all she said, like I was supposed to know what that meant, and I just kind of looked at her with this quizzical look, and I finally said, ma'am, I don't even know what that is. And she kind of laughed and she said, well, on Wednesday night, just to show you how shallow I am, she said, on Wednesday night, you can get a piece of chicken and mashed potatoes and probably green beans or another vegetable and a roll and a dessert and a drink for $4. I said, I'm in. So sure enough, the next Sunday I was here. And it was a Sunday, I think, and I may get his name wrong, Jerry Rushford, I think, was visiting. Greg York, who I didn't know, was leading singing. And I think Jerry would talk about a song, the background of a song, and Greg would lead the song. Um, and I loved it. It was a great service. The singing was beautiful. And then I came back that Wednesday night for Bible study, and I sat behind Jim and Jan Brantley. And of course, I didn't know who they were, and they didn't know who I was. But after class was over, as we were standing up, Jim turned around and introduced himself to me and introduced Jan, and we stood around and talked for a few minutes, and they kind of took me under their wing over the next few weeks, and I eventually placed membership here. So for those of y'all who don't like the fact that I'm here, you have them to blame for it. But no, they treated me very kindly. And then about 4 years ago, the elders took a chance and brought me on staff here, and have been very gracious and had put up with my frustrations and angst when things aren't going as fast as I would like them to go. But I've come to love all of you, and I appreciate everybody here putting up with me. And then finally, to the folks in Lebanon, who 6 or 7 months ago came and asked me if I would be willing to travel to Lebanon and to do some preaching and teaching and working in the community. And I had thought for a long time that if I ever got the chance to retire, it would be nice to find a little church out in the country that needed some help, and I could go help them. And so that's been a blessing to me. And again, I appreciate their putting up with me again when things don't go as fast as I would like them to go. Um, there's been a lot of people in my life that have been very, very good to me and very, very patient with me. And I appreciate that. And I love you all. There's been some good times, and then there's been some bad times, just like life. But I appreciate everybody putting up with my frustrations and angst when things don't go like I think they should go. But more importantly than all of these is obviously the good Lord, loving me enough to send his son to die for me, and then giving me his spirit to guide me and to comfort me along life's way. And so let me just encourage you this week, not just on Thursday, and again, not just this week, but especially this week, if you will, just take some time to get off by yourself in a place where it's quiet And think about those people in your lives that have made a difference, but also spend some time thanking God and just telling God how grateful you are for his love and his grace and his mercy and his patience and his kindness and his goodness, because that's where it all starts. Well, I pray you'll have a great week, and I pray you'll have a happy Thanksgiving.